in my own life, I'm with Bonnie and I've been with many women and I liked her more than all of them, but I wasn't ready to make a commitment, but I wanted to get married. And so then I remember I was taking her on a date to a resort 2 or 3 hours away. And I'm driving, I took the wrong turn. And instead of being in California, we're now going in towards Las Vegas. And I'm like, oh my God. And I realized I was late. I I was wrong. I was lost. I pulled over the side of the road. I panic inside. I'm thinking, oh, she's going to be so upset because we're not going to make the dinner. We're not going to make the talk, wherever we're going to go. She's really wanting to do that. And other women have always gotten so upset about these things. So I pulled over the car, sort of dreading the moment where I had to tell her, I think we're in the wrong state. And I pulled over and I pulled out the map and to see what my wrong turn was. And I just said to her, I said, well, I don't know exactly where we are, but I'll look at the map and we'll get back on the road, waiting for the attack to happen. And she says, yeah, I don't know where we are either, but this is the most beautiful sunset I've ever seen.
Aww.
And I just melted, just like you just melted a little bit. And I just, if you could see what I did mentally, I got down on my knees and put my hands up to God. And I said, thank you, God. This is the woman I want to marry. And ironically, it's because she overlooked the mistake that I made. And that was a big thing for me, is to feel that I know I'm not perfect, but if I could still be loved, even though I'm not perfect, then I'm set for life. And that's what men are afraid of. They're afraid that, when you get to know them, you're not going to love them as much. And to know that I could show one of my weaknesses, which is getting lost and getting there late. And I know she depended on it, and she just made being with me and seeing the sunset more important. That was a kind of love that I wanted to marry. And I think every man is looking for that, is to feel that unconditional love, that acceptance, that he is still loved. But also another one we need as men is appreciation, which is, we make mistakes, but when we do it right, we get a lot of appreciation. And when you can be accepted for being not perfect and appreciated for what you do provide, then you get the really big juice for men that causes men to totally bond. And they feel like a hero, and that's called trusting a man. When you give a man the message that you trust him, that stimulates more testosterone than anything. I mean, think about the hero. The hero is somebody you can depend on, somebody you can trust. And the problem with trust is that women think to trust a man is dependent upon him being perfect. Mm. So women will put men on a pedestal, and then when he falls off the pedestal, she goes, oh, I can't trust you. I go, no. You can trust him to be a good driver. You can trust him to do this. You can trust him to do this. But in this situation, maybe you can't trust him. But so many other areas you can trust him. And that trust erodes if you demand perfection to trust someone's doing their best and to discover what you can depend upon a man for. And I'll share something that it's my wife's wisdom. Most women will relate to this when it's spoken into words, but it clarifies what you need in a man today. Because remember, I started out is don't so much look at all his qualities on the outside, how much money he makes, how he looks, how he dresses, what car he drives, all this. That's important, but more important, how does he make you feel inside? Mm-hmm. And the feeling you're looking for is the feeling my wife described about me. And this is very insightful. This is we've been married now 32 years. And I'll just toss in, because you're going to hear a lot of men give advice. And just with the men who are single, take it with a grain of salt. I remember once Cosmo had an article, 32 eligible bachelors at 35 years old. What do they want? Women need to know. Yeah, give those men what they want and they'll stay bachelors. You want to find men who are married happily and find out what they want, what they expect. It's good. Not to say that a single guy can't teach you things. It's good to know how they think and feel, but it's also good to know from somebody who's made it work over a lifetime. And also who's failed. I was married before. I've been married to Bonnie 32 years. Before that, I was married to Barbara. We were married for 2 years. I made all these mistakes. I got married to the wrong woman in that case. She seduced me. I didn't seduce her. That's how I know this whole thing about giving more. She gave me 10 times more than I gave her. It was irresistible. I didn't have to do anything in that marriage. Okay. She supported me. She gave me a house. She kneeled before me. She took notes. She helped me. She promoted me. She was like, How can you say no to that? And totally available sexually. I didn't have to do anything, and I fell in love with her. It was my female side that fell in love with her. Bonnie I had already tried to win Bonnie over, and I failed. I tried to marry Bonnie, my present wife, before Barbara, my first wife. Bonnie wouldn't marry me. I didn't do a good enough job. But I learned in my first marriage, understanding differences between men and women. I started learning, my mistakes here. Took a year, then called up Bonnie and said, okay, I'm a new guy, you'll see. And seduced her. I earned her love, and now I have the confidence, no matter what, I know how to earn her love, and she loves me. It's not like all dependent on her. I know that I have what it takes to win her love over. And so I bond with her. It's like a job that I do that I know I can do it, as opposed to it was just luck or something. That's from the man's point of view. From the woman's point of view, look at it as luck. Just, aren't you lucky that this guy pursued you, another guy pursued you, and then you were able to pick from all the guys, you didn't pick. It's up to you to pick. It's up to them to earn their way in. And you can't pick the right guy until you get a series of positive dating experiences where your estrogen's so high that you're not so attached to, this being the right person. And then he'll do something, he'll say something, and it clicks. And then you just go, he's the one. And so many women, they didn't know he was the one until he earned it. And those are the ones that tend to last the longest. I'll just put it that way. And having said all of that, I'm talking about extremes. So there could be the case where you feel totally turned on to a guy and he could be the right guy. I mean, I'm saying that's not possible. But if you have a history, this is where it's being turned on to a man right away, and then he doesn't call back, or he's the wrong guy. If you're one of these many women that come to me and say that, why do I pick the wrong guys? The guys that turn out to be drug addicts, guys turn out to be liars, guys turn out to be married, guys that turn out to be committed to being single. Why am I attracted to those guys? Then you have a neediness inside where you give sex to get men, whether you're conscious of it or not. And that's why you get turned on. And so what you have to know, if you've had that experience repeatedly, then for absolute certainty, if you're turned on right away, it's the wrong guy. Run to the other room. Don't even talk to him. You want the guy that you can run from, who's running after you. That's what you want. You got to go. You got to pick. You're the boss here. You choose who gets in there. And there's a lot of requirements, and you take your time to get there. Anyway, just giving you some reassurance that you're not going to lose out if you don't run after men. You create a space for men to run after you when you're not running after them. It will happen. You just have to know that when it starts to happen, the guy's not going to be good enough because you're not yet in that place where your estrogen's high enough, your receptivity is there, your trust is there. So you're still in that hypercritical state. When women are too far on their male side, the female is weak. The female is the part of you that can pick the right person, can appreciate someone for their perfections along with their imperfections. And you're not settling. You're finding the right guy for you.
Wow, John. I mean, I don't even know where to begin to thank you, because this conversation is full of so many gems for the women that are listening. So I really thank you for your generosity and sharing your wisdom and taking time with us today.